Hi, I'm Beth Strathman, leadership and team coach, and I'm here today with Dr. Liz Stinselli. She's a leadership consultant. And today we're asking, are you a micromanager? So Liz, we've been chatting a little bit about this micromanagement thing and even questioning some of our own tendencies here. So what do you want to say, maybe first to start out, to understand why do people, if we are micromanagers, why? What is it that's behind all of that?
Well, I think first of all, we need to look at ourselves. I think micromanagers tend to say, well, it's my team. I can't trust them. You know, they're incompetent. They're micromanaging usually isn't, it's not, the problem's not with your team. It's with you as an individual. It's you, your, you know, your confidence, your security in your position. And also, um, thinking about your role. What is your role as a manager? And we talked a little bit about this. So do you want to talk about what is the role of a manager versus being task oriented? What should we be doing? Yeah.
Yeah. And so what if I've got somebody on my team who is, I don't think their performance is up to snuff and I'm really keeping an eye on them. How does that fit in with this idea of micromanagement?
Well, first of all, is that person in the right role? Because as managers, it's our responsibility to make sure we have the right people in the right positions. Is that person in the right role? Have they received the right training? So is it a training issue? Do they have the tools and the resources they need to do their job? And also one more thing, micromanaging tends to subvert the transfer of information. It kind of, a micromanager, we become the middleman, and then we're playing a game of kind of phone tag. So is that person getting the information they need in order to do their job? And are they getting it from directly from the source rather than through a middleman who now they probably don't respect and probably don't like very much at this point if you are micromanaging?
So the source of the information that they would need to do their job would come from sort of the overall objectives. And so if you give, are you saying give the people the bigger picture and people know what their role is in carrying that out, and you trust them then to do the job they were hired for instead of hounding them?
Absolutely, absolutely. Let them work directly with other teams, that those people that they need to work with in order to get their job done.
So
Don't
there is, oh,
try
go
to
ahead.
touch everything.
Yeah, you don't have to touch everything. And so there is, if people micromanage basically because they're exerting some sort of control over what gets done. Eh, Probably because they don't want it to reflect poorly on them. So they're really hypersensitive to how they're going to look uh, as things are done and whatever the resulting outcome is for the work. So basically a control issue.
It is. It's a control issue. It's a. I want to make sure I look good. That means I'm going to take credit when things go great because I'm taking responsibility for everything. But when things go wrong, micromanagers do not usually take responsibility for that portion of it. They are pointing fingers. This is why I have to, do everything myself because my team can't do it. Um, it really, you think it's going to make you look good and kind of bolster your position. You really end up looking bad all the way around.
Right. And there seems to be some sense of, I know how this should be done, and this is the way, this is the only way, this is the way that things need to be. Do it my way. Sounds like my dad, my way or the
That's
highway.
right. I absolutely agree with you. And, in most situations, why is your way any better than someone else's way? As long as the objective is met, why is your way better?
And we were talking about this earlier. I brought this up because I was feeling like, oh, I don't think I tend to micromanage when I led people, but whenever we had a new thing that we had to do, a new process, a new procedure, a new regulation we needed to comply with, and we needed to retool how we did things. I always wanted to be very involved the first time through because I wanted to know exactly how things were going to run and to see where we missed the mark on how we design things. So it probably felt like I was a micromanager to my people, but I think I tended to back off once we got things ironed out. It's like, okay, now run with this. So anything you want to say on that with people are feeling like, oh, am I a micromanaging?
So it is your responsibility to understand what the team's doing in their processes. So that plays into the being able to train them, being able to make sure they have the right tools, the right resources. But there's also a communication component with that of helping them to understand the reason you're going through this with them. I just want to understand, make sure that they know that it's not because you don't trust them. Micromanagers, even though you may have trust in your team, you make them feel like you don't. If that, so it's kind of a communication thing, asking questions, being involved instead of dictating and hovering over them. Become more of a team member in that situation and communicate so that they know this is why you're here. And once everyone understands, then you're going to step out of it and it's going to be their baby and they can run with it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's sort of the why people end up micromanaging or questioning whether they are micromanaging. So if we discover that maybe we have this tendency, what should we do about it? How do we stop? How do we stop with the control?
First of all, I think stepping back, you want to start asking questions of your team. You can be really involved without micromanaging. So it's, again, asking questions and being more of a team player than kind of hoarding over them and making them feel like, you're a dictator. Helping them understand the big picture, making sure, again, that they have everything that they need in order to perform their duties. And if they are falling short, it's time to have that conversation and say, this is what I'm expecting of you. This is where you are falling short. What can we do together to get you to where you need to be?
Yeah. It's keeping that big picture in mind and then also working with your team. As you were talking about, as you were just talking, I was thinking it's moving from this I am the source of all knowledge, everything needs to come from me to my team, to hey, we're a team together. I have a lot of maybe experience or information about a particular topic if I'm the team leader, but I also know at the same time that there are people on my team that also have had different experiences that could inform the way we do this. So it's moving from all information flowing from you to the team to you sort of facilitating the conversation with the team about how we're going to accomplish this and taking yourself out of the spotlight, so to speak, right? Spotlight's not on you, it's on your team. So, or on the work that needs to be done. Okay, I get it.
Absolutely. I love it.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
No, we could go on for hours about this, but we got to keep it short. So
no, can't go on forever. All right. Well, thanks for listening to our chat on micromanaging today. And if you look on the post, you'll also see some links where you can find out more information about me and about Liz if you're interested in the work that we do. Thanks for watching.